RSL Nation! Welcome back to the
What's
bros.
Hi. good? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello, hello. Um, so guys, I have a confession to make. Well, not a confession. I am not happy today.
Why you not be happy?
Real Madrid advanced.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I was not on the happy side of things. Julian
Yeah, that was
slipped.
that was bad.
I was
Tell me.
he should have gotten a retake on that.
Well, that's the thing. The rule says no retake on double touches. So, anyways, I'm
Hey
I'm not
Christian,
too
that's some
happy.
that's some nice popcorn you're eating right there.
Yeah, can
Oh,
you
is it?
what flavor of popcorn is that?
This is the RSL mix from Rooster's Gourmet Popcorn. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
oh, that
We are
that is
not
that.
sponsored, but we were given some of this Rooster's Gourmet Popcorn. That sounds like an ad now. Um, and y'all, you gotta get some.
It
Seriously,
is.
I've
It
tried
is.
3 flavors so far, including the RSL mix. I've tried churro, key lime, and the RSL mix. RSL mix is my favorite, but they've all been good.
They've all been
Interesting.
very, very tasty. So if you guys have not tried any of Rooster's popcorns, we're not sponsored, but try some. And shout out to Heidi, of course, for giving us those crates. Very nice of her. Great RSL supporter and fan of us. So we love you, Heidi.
That's true. Um, so I do want to first off, yeah, thank everyone that listens. We really do appreciate all the interaction. We love seeing
Hmm.
all of you. I mean, I can't look. I'm not going to say for myself because I don't go often, but I know that Marcus and Christian appreciate all the love they get at tailgates. Um, it, I mean, we just love being with you guys, the fans. So that's why we talk because we feel like we're your voice. So. Speaking of that, we hope that you stay for the whole episode, only because we do answer your questions, and we really appreciate your questions. In fact, I think that might be one of my most favorite segments. Is
It
just
really is. It's a lot of fun and very creative with the questions.
Yeah. You
oh
guys
yeah,
drop some excellent questions every week. So don't stop at minute 20. Don't stop at minute 25. Stay till the very end because the questions, best part.
If you need to break us up into chunks, do it. We break up into chunks sometime. I don't know.
oh my gosh. All right. I hate how I have to move on from that because that was really weird. But oh my gosh. Um, but we have to move on. Just like our feelings, we do have to move on. Um, let's talk. Well, I'll give you guys the schedule, just like I always do. We're gonna talk a little bit about the game on Saturday. Um, we will talk a little bit about Champions Cup. Why not?
Ooh.
Throw in a little MLS, La Liga, or not La Liga, Liga MX. I wish it was La Liga. Can you believe that? Would you think that MLS could ever get up to the level of La Liga? Don't say anything. We'll talk about it. Um, and we'll get into the Houston game. We might throw in some roster questions because, well, let's be real here. All of us have heard stuff, and we're going to set some records straight. Not all of them, but let's get started with the bad stuff. um, Marcos, can you give us the lineup from San Diego and your thoughts? Because really, there were some. I have some thoughts.
Yeah, so lineup for San Diego, if I'm not mistaken, it's the exact same as we had against Seattle. I don't think we had any other changes. Looks like the exact same. So, yeah,
And I didn't like that
yeah, so
right off the bat.
Peel gets his second start back to back. Obviously, gets his first goal in MLS play. Yeah,
Good
I'm
goal.
right. Great goal. Great goal. Very confused as to why we went the same starting 11 as we did against Seattle. I would have gone the same backline that we had against Herediano because if it worked then, why not do it a second time?
But that's what they said about this back line because it worked last weekend. So I mean, it's the what you're saying could be true. What they're saying could be true. So I guess that's where the division is. Christian, your thoughts?
Definitely underperformed for sure. Now looking at Thought Mob, here's the thing. Thought Mob does winner's bias when it comes to ratings.
I would say.
So I disagree with how much higher Thought Mob rated San Diego over RSL.
Oh, overall,
Like
I see it.
overall, um, I would have given RSL like a 6.7
And you would
as a
have given
team,
San Diego.
probably like a 7.1. Because here's the thing, and with the lineup, I was I hate to say this because I've met Javane and he was incredibly nice, but I don't know why he started on the back right. That was a
Yeah,
choice.
it.
I
Yeah, that was a choice. I here's the thing. All right,
mm,
I don't know why we repeated only on the excuse of it worked last week, but last week we played against a diminished starting 11 for Seattle, because they're preparing for Champions Cup. I don't know why we think that we could have gone into this game thinking, "Hey, last week worked, why not this week?" When in reality, I think all of us, and I don't want all of us to be in the same boat. So if you disagree, let me know. But I think our Herediano lineup at home was stronger than these last two lineups. Prove me wrong.
I see where you're coming from. For me, our backline that we should be going with is a either a Glad Henry or a Vera Junqua. I want to see something with a Junqua in that starting lineup because we saw when he's coming in the second half, he's been a difference maker. Not that Cataranis isn't,
mm.
but we see that dog in Sam where he's just that extra force that we need.
But I might have to disagree with you on this one, only because I don't think he's more of a fighter of a dog than Catranis. But Catranis for me seems to be, how would you say it? Apagado. He seems to be shut down a little bit. He seems to be not as bright as he was last year. Last year he just we were all in awe because we had a great left back. And now it almost seems like, because he has competition and really good competition, that it just seems not as lively as he was last year. Granted, um, someone tried to say what the heck was I thinking, but someone's like, I said, give me the same defensive line as the Herediano game, and that one had Junqua, Henry, Vera, and for what Bodie was it?
I
Correct.
think yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
And someone was like, for F's sake, what? Like, are you kidding me? Catranes is like way better than Junqua, and I was like, no, 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 no. Look at the stats. Catranis and Junqua have created the almost same amount of chances from that left wing.
Do you guys feel like it would be a stupid idea for Pablo and the staff to do Junqua and Cataranis starting together? Because I feel like that would be ideal. Junqua, Cataranis, and then maybe Henry alongside him in that center back, and then obviously Hidalgo on that right back.
No, that'd be horrible.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because Junqua is not a center back.
It's true.
He's a wing back.
He dabbled when he was in Dallas, though.
We don't need
I
dabbling
would
anymore. We
I would my ideal I would somehow try to develop Sam to be a right wing back. Like have him on the right side doing that same production that he does on the left side, creating more of a two back. Because one thing that I will give Junqua more credit over Catranis is he is more defensively minded. Now that's weird to say because you're like they're both defenders. Shouldn't they be defensively minded? Yeah, but Catranis is more. He's more of a left back to start a counter and more to drive up the line and create offensive production and come back when he's needed. Junka's kind of the other way around, if that makes sense, where he'll stay back and push up as needed.
Hmm. Hmm.
I see where you're coming from. It definitely makes sense, but I'm still on board. I'm still on board for having a Junqua Catarani start. You guys can disagree with me all you want, but I would love to see Pablo dabble at least one game with that instead of having it just be Quentin starting because Quentin these past two games, yes, he has his moments, but he seems like he's more of a type that should be coming off the bench.
Well,
Marcos,
now we know where Marcos gets his ideas. He gets them directly from Pablo. Switching the
Marcos,
lineup.
Marcos, I want you to plug that lineup into Football Manager 25 and tell me how it goes.
Excellent, excellent. I will put it into FIFA.
Well, that's Football Manager 25.
No.
Well, not
Not
really.
not quite, not quite.
Anyways, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh, um, I don't think that your Sam moving to the right wing would be a good idea, only because they have him on the left wing because his preferred foot is
Right.
left.
Right. And that's why I said ideally we would be able to develop him on the right wing because he would be great as a right wing if we could develop him that way. But obviously he's not. He's obviously a left back. I think he and Catranis, I think it should be a testament to how good both of them are that we could start either and expect similar results. And that's a
Exactly.
good thing.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
but I wonder just to dig in just a little bit deeper. I wonder if Catranes is irritated by that because I wonder if he wants to be the star of the show on the left back, um, because I mean, like I said, he played absolutely great for us last year,
All
and
last season.
I wonder if if he at all is on the map to get on to the Greek national team. And maybe he wants more minutes. Maybe he's vying for to show the coaches that he can do more or whatever. I don't know. Throwing that little tidbit in there.
Yeah,
Don't
who knows? But in this game, I like that RSL started off the game on the front foot. Just so many good chances. Obviously, 17th minute, great, great assists by Dominic over to Peel. And I think this was Dominic's one good time where he was thinking straight. Dominic seemed very MIA and not there. Same with Luna. But Peel, back to back games where he gets a start and great finish by Peel.
does Pule starting this game, is that a statement to who's probably going to be our starting striker until we find our DP?
It's still interchangeable, I think.
Yeah, with having Ayago and then Peel both getting on the score sheet, I think they're both you can go either way.
Yeah.
But it does tell me something important. It tells me that he can produce at this level and that he's confident enough because a lot of people doubted if he could because he played in the Australian League. You're like, nobody dreams of, unfortunately, right? Nobody dreams of growing up and going to Australia to play soccer. It's not a thing people say. You will hear people say, I'd rather play in MLS than play in Australia.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's a testament to him at the quality of player that he is, and also to the quality of the Australian league that's there too, that he can come from that league, come here and perform.
It's true. I'm glad that he's having he got success finally.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I wonder if this was a statement saying I think we're gonna go with Peel for right now, just because I feel like Ayago has something either in his play in his personality that doesn't jive as well with the team. I'm not sure, to be quite honest. But if I were the coach, I would also put in Peel first. Um,
I think what I like about Ayago is he has the body type of a good number nine, and you don't see that often of somebody with a good body type and who's fast like him, but the finishing and the ball control is something that Ayago definitely needs to improve on.
I was gonna say we gotta talk about that in a
The
little
the
bit.
the the, the team needs to improve on its finishing.
Bro, and one that we're paying 3 million for
Not
also.
one, not two, but three chances in front of goal we could have put away.
Geez, who is he? Vinicius Jr.?
Seriously. It's like you guys want a good player. Look, we can't even score our own chances. I guess I want to ask you guys a little bit about Luna. Luna seemed a little bit MIA. He did come out on Instagram saying, "I've got to be better." That's just summarizing. Got to be better. Let's go for the next one. Um, what did you guys think of Luna in this game?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm still trying to find him this season. Like,
Is the change of position ruining him right now? Or is it just the same old Luna slow start?
I'm gonna say it's being on that 10. He's not used to it. He's used to being on those wings, throwing in those crosses for whoever's in that center, and him being at the 10 has kind of disrupted the flow of things in that midfield.
I think it's probably a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both. And also, again, I will attribute it to him breaking his nose and not having a true preseason to prepare. So I do think there's a little bit of fitness and sharpness that he's making up ground because he's getting more aggressive with each game. He's getting more offensively minded with each game. Like he's getting there, but it's just like he said, I need to do better. I need to be better, especially with, by the way, congrats to him for getting called up to the U.S. men's national team over some notable players
Yes.
that Pochettino name dropped him because people online were mad about Brendan Aronson not getting called up, and Pochettino name dropped Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, and Diego Luna are better players than Brendan Aronson. I was like,
All right, all right,
I
so
think
so let's get into
I,
that
I
because
I think with Luna's slow start to the MLS season, including CONCACAF Champions Cup, I may be slightly surprised, just a little bit surprised that he got called up. Yes, he had a good time when he was with the national team with his assists that he had, but with his start so far, there's other players who are doing a little bit better who should have gotten called up. But it's good to see Luna get this time with senior players to get that experience and playing time.
I don't know, guys. This is me going negative. I I don't know. One, I don't know why Pochettino would call Diego Luna up right now in this moment, seeing
true.
that he's in a lull. It really is surprising to me. And to be behind, well, be in the same group as the players that are listed there. I mean, let's be real. Is he going to see the field?
No, there's two matches, and he's going to miss one RSL match due to this, and that's going to be a huge blow for us.
I think he'll come on as a substitute. He's not going to start.
I don't know if he's going to come on as a substitute, to be honest. And if he does, it's going to be 80 plus.
Yeah,
If
I would say 70, 80 minute plus substitute.
yeah, and granted, the experience is needed. He needs to get in with those kind of players because the saying goes, who you hang out with is who you start acting like. So if he starts getting it within that group, he starts acting, playing like those players in that group. And
I,
that's my philosophy.
I and I would love to see him spend time with Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie and just these aggressive midfielders. I mean, yes, Christian Pulisic is technically a wing, but like these aggressive players that get in there and score so he can gain that confidence. I see this as an opportunity for him to gain confidence to bring back to RSL. And if the US does well and they win um
Nations League.
the Nations League again, he'll come back with that hype. It's not a friendly, it's something that means something, and he can come back and be like, heck yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this back to the team. So how he performed against San Diego, I we're all in agreement, and he's in agreement as well. Absent, we haven't seen the best of him yet this season. Not
No,
even close.
no, not even close. I did want to mention, I did tweet this out and say, and I know you guys saw it, most likely. But this game was the tale of my worst nightmare in terms of possession. We didn't even have the majority of the possession overall. It was 50-50 at half and 45-55 in the second half, which is where we broke down. But overall, um, the amount of passes that were made was all right, but where those passes were located absolutely ticks me off. We have out of 388 accurate passes, so completed passes, 291 of those were in our own half, our own defensive half. Guys, it's like what I said in my tweet. This is the definition of useless possession.
Yeah.
With only 97 passes in the attacking half. And and I
Well,
did.
there'd be so many times where we would go up the field and it seemed like we wouldn't know what we were doing. We'd drop it all the way back to Rafael. And yes, Rafael is a good, I guess, restart to figure out the play, but that shouldn't be the result every single time. We need to be pushing up the field and not hunker back in our own back line.
Well, it's like what I put. And sorry to cut you off, Christian. It's like what I put. When your top four passers of on the game are your center back, goalkeeper, right back.
Yeah,
You're That's when you have huge problems. We have
exactly.
Justin Glad led all passers, which I have no problem with him having a lot of passes. But if you look at our game against Seattle, he wasn't our top passer. And in that game, we had more passes in the in the opposition half than we did in our defensive half.
Yeah, look at our midfields. Dominic was very MIA, 13 of 22 for his passing. Luna only 19 of 23. So it should not be that way if we're trying to control in the midfield.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm Christian. I'm waiting for some kind of inspiration from you.
I mean, there's no inspiration there. You can't be positive off of that. And Pablo brought that up as well. He's like you can't win games if you're not having positive motion. He was actually fairly upset that there was so much passing back. He's like, I don't want to see this from my guys. I not he was oddly calm during the presser, but I think he's probably because he got all his rage out towards the team. Um, and which that's where it should be. Because teams that win, and Marcos can tell you when because I was sitting there watching the game, how many times did I say drive? Go, drive the ball.
Too many.
Turn turn and burn, baby. Turn and burn. I say that all the time because that's what I
Yep.
expect out of of any team that wants to win, any team that's offensively minded, you turn and burn, baby. You push the field. You have positive passes. You only pass back if you absolutely have to. Most of the time, they did not absolutely have to.
No,
No.
not at all. I'm actually going to name drop here. I think there is one culpable person that does it every single time he plays, every single season.
I gotta
Justin
guess.
Glad.
I was say,
Justin Glad is the king of having it passed back to him and holding on to the ball, waiting for something to happen up front in front of him, or he passes it to the other center back, or he passes it to the wing back. But the it's always back to Justin, and he holds it. This game, because I was on the field, I was standing right behind the fourth. The amount of times that Justin got it back and just kind of just sat there waiting, like, Phil, come back, Javane, hey, where are you, kind of thing. It's like, bro, you have Brian, you have Emeka, like let's push this thing out, and it was just a lot of lateral movement back and forth, and then a couple of times back to Cabral.
And one of the frustrating things that I saw that what we do very well when the strategy works well, when we play like we're supposed to, this RSL team has done something that's different this year that we've seen from different years, is that they spread the opponents apart. They kind of peel them apart at the back to allow for crosses and attacks in through the middle, which has been fantastic to watch so far this season. That didn't exist this game. I don't know what was happening. There was kind of hints of it with Dominic and his attack, but Dominic, I don't know, maybe he broke up with his girlfriend in Poland or something. Who knows what's going on? But
I,
like
yeah, I think
that ability to stretch the defense, I think that's something that Pablo's implemented this year that has worked very, very well when the players implement it. He can coach them all day to do that, but if they don't actually do it when they're on the field, it's kind of Huh. And I will
Take
defend
away.
Pablo on that end right there. Because that's a strategy that works very well with this group.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think all in all, with this bad result against San Diego, I think what I take away from it is just bad communication. Bad communication, giving up two terrible goals in the 90th minute. Because I think Emeka said it in his press conference. If you're going into the game, if it's 1-1 going in the 90th minute, at that point, just play for a draw. You've been playing 90 minutes, just take away a point. A point is better than 0 points at all. And the fact that the team was lackluster, no communication on the literally giving up a simple goal 91st minute just speaks for how where our defense is at right now.
The state of RSL. I mean, you can't explain it any other way, to be quite honest.
And,
Um,
and, and we said it when we were previewing San Diego. Keep an eye on Dryer.
yep, it's true. It's true.
Now,
Ah,
Was Dryer an 8 point? What did they give him?
8.6,
Yeah,
Absolutely not. Not an 8.6.
I I
Sorry.
I would maybe a nine, maybe a nine.
maybe a 9. No, we're talking like low. Like I don't think anyone on
Maybe an
San Diego.
8.
I don't think anyone on San Diego, to be honest, deserved more than 7.5.
Yeah, not a 9. Get out of here.
Well, well, they're basing off the fact that he scored and obviously how many chances he created.
Well, yeah, but
We could say the same thing about our guys. Pio
I get.
scored and we created a ton of chances.
Well, Peel scored and he still got a 6.6. What
Yeah,
the heck?
winner's bias.
Winner's bias. Um, let's finish off this topic with who is your man of the match?
So my man of the match for RSL, it has to be Rafael Cabral. He played a fantastic game. Was he, he loves his team. He's been here for 3 months, and he puts more fighting for for the team than people who have been here for years.
Yeah, the passion and the energy that I've seen from that guy these past few games is amazing. I love it.
He might be my favorite keeper since, I mean, Beavers, who fought for the team, and also
Mhm.
Ramondo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't disagree. Marcos, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with Emeka. Emeka has shown the grit and the grind to be able to hold together this midfield. And yes, it was very costly giving up two in the 90th minute, but prior to that, him and Ojeda were very strong.
Yeah, uh, sure. I'll say sure, only because to be honest, I think I'm going to agree with Christian on this one. I don't think any field players deserve to be man of the match. I didn't see anything outstanding from anyone. Um, and let's be real here, I didn't see absolutely anything from Giogo. I don't care what you guys say or what anyone else says. Giogo is not the DP that we need or
Mm-mm.
that we thought he was going to be, obviously. So let's transition into that topic here. Let's talk about some roster stuff. So we know that supposedly there are two in the pipeline, at least, that are supposed to come before April 23rd. Marcos, do you have any other details for us?
All I heard from Pablo in the press conference is he said two players. Obviously, he didn't say what exactly, but he did give what I have heard from Kurt is there's a possibility of one being international and one being a MLS player. So that's
Hmm.
all I've heard from Kurt on ESPN 700. So
And I guess, Christian, we can probably dispel some rumors, right?
Yeah. Rui Diaz confirmed not to be in RSL's target. Like, not. Yeah.
The quote
It,
was what was the quote? It was
don't
don't
believe
believe.
everything you see on the internet.
Yep. Which honestly, like Rui Diaz, I will say the experience would have been nice, but that's about it. Like I said last week, our striker, and actually, I could maybe flip this or change it a little bit. Last week I said we're missing our starting striker, followed by a Jago Piol. Now I would say we're missing our starting striker, and then a Jago Piol are tied for second string.
Yeah.
I will say that now.
Yeah.
Um, but we need some of that DP money to go to a striker's going to produce. And I know who I would like
Well,
from outside of MLS.
well, give it to us because I
I
I
said it
I have
last week, and
zero.
I'm going to say it again. Josh Sargent
Oh,
from Norwich City in the
Oh,
championship.
not who I was hoping you were going to
That,
say, but okay.
I mean, that's a realistic signing for us.
it's a realistic signing, except he's not international.
I said that.
Fine.
I mean,
Uh,
No,
he is abroad, but
I'm gonna. This is a huge reach. Bring Pogba.
he's not a striker. He's a midfielder.
yeah. Why would we need more midfielders? Then
We're,
again,
we're, we're midfield FC, okay?
seriously. Um, but here's the thing though. I find it hard to think that we're going to bring in a DP9 when we have two players that can perform the duties. But then again, that's going into the mindset of stingy RSL. We don't want stingy. We want RSL to spend. And I don't want to feel sorry for Iago or Piol for coming to the team, when in reality they're going to get replaced. And I guess that's where I don't know. I hope that whoever comes in obviously makes the impact that we expect. Not like Giogo. Giogo has been, I think, probably one of the worst flops in DP RSL history. Um, I I don't know of very many DP flops. I have to say DP flops, not international flops, because we've had many international flops. But I think people are always going to point to Martinez, Burrito Martinez. I don't think he was a flop. I think he was the victim of horrible coaching.
Honestly, for me, the biggest flop in RSL history is the Italian
Giuseppe Rossi.
Giuseppe Rossi. Biggest flop in RSL history.
He's not Italian. He's American.
He's Italian American.
Italian American.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
No,
So
no, no. Knowing that one of the players, obviously, who knows if this actually is legit, but knowing that one of those could possibly be an MLS player, one could be an international, I like that. Knowing the fact that that player will know the mindset of what to what to look forward to, and there's a lot of decently good um, nines out there in the MLS market, but who knows? Who knows whether this is an old player, young player, or where they're looking at.
well, that's what I probably want to get into that real quick because they say two. Um, we know we want one DP9. Where is this other person going to go? I mean, what other position do we need to fill in? I mean, tell me, you guys, what do you see that is lacking for RSL? What position?
Right back.
Can I get it right back, please?
Okay. Do you think we're going to get another MLS right back? Because we just got Javane Brown last August. Are you guys willing to spend money on a right back? Is anyone really wanting to spend money on defenders?
Well, Kansas City
Smart
did.
teams are.
Kansas City did when they brought Brody.
You're mean. um, right back. Looking at the roster. I think that is literally the only position that we need to maybe bolster up a little bit more. Does that mean that someone gets sent down to the Monarchs? Does that mean someone's going to leave the 18-20 man roster for game days?
It would it would kill me to see Hidalgo drop all the way down to the Monarchs because he's worked and grinded his way to make it back into the starting 11 because that's where he started, was down in the Monarchs, and he's proven to Pablo and his staff that he belongs right up there. So that would be a tough one if they do go for a right back.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't know who we would send down if we were to get another person in another position because I'm looking at Josh Wolf because I'm like, man, he's young, does have a lot of experience, but he played 43 games with Atlanta. Previous to that, he played for Atlanta too for a little bit. So I was gonna say Joshua Tyler Wolf um, has experience as well, so you can't. I wouldn't send him down. So that's what I'm getting at is that whoever we bring in, there's gonna be dogfights in practice in order to get a starting spot. That's
Good.
it, good. I would hate to be Pablo because right now we. I think I'm going to be in the camp of we have the talent that we need in order to perform well, minus maybe one or two positions, the nine and the right back, but we have the talent in every position to do well. So this maybe goes into a conversation of who's failing then this season. Is it and don't give me combination. I wanted to know who's the majority owner of the failure so far this season. Players, coaching, front office. Who owns the majority?
I think it all starts with the players. If they're not willing to put in the work and the effort on the pitch, then what's the point? What's the point? Because yeah, Pablo can be preaching to the choir all he wants, but it all starts with the guys on the pitch.
Can I stack rank those three choices?
Sure, you can stack them. Obviously, because the number one is going to be the majority.
Number one, players. Number two, front office. Three, coaching. I actually think this is. I think we this season so far we've actually seen some of the most solid coaching out of our coaches. But just like Marco said,
Ooh.
the players don't implement it. I I
That's a
said
hot take.
I said coaching. I didn't say
What coach?
I didn't say substitutions.
Okay.
Coaching and substitutions are different. Um,
Sure. I mean, I actually with how everything's gone so far, I think there are better combinations of players that work together. So that's why so far
mhm.
I would do it in coach or coaching players and then front office. I think the front office has gotten the players
Mhm.
that are needed. But I think this is a coaching issue, and I'm not gonna put 100% of the blame, obviously, because that's why we just ranked them. But I think this is Pablo not getting starting lineups right, and obviously substitutions right. Those are the two things that he can control.
Yeah, and
Everything else on the field.
absolutely. And I think prior to RSL going in the market, getting these two players wherever they may be at, I think it starts with us getting results first and foremost. Because I don't think any player wants to come to RSL with a losing record because that mentality and
Mm.
that drive, they're be like, why do I want to be on a team with a losing record? I want to go play in an LA or Miami where they're destined to be winning and they have the money.
Well, speaking of money, we apparently are like fifth in the whole league for GAM right now for general
Yeah,
But
allocation money.
4.3 million, I think is the last number I saw.
No, it's
yeah,
3.3.
yeah.
3.3 million.
Three point three point three.
4.3 is NYCFC, and they're at the
Mm.
most.
Yeah, so you can have all the gamma in the world, but it starts with the players on the pitch to be getting those results first and foremost. So these guys that we get are entertained and be like, yeah, I want to play for this squad and I want to help them out. Because Pablo said it today on ESPN 700. We're not going to be getting Superman. We're not getting some superhero to come save us. We're not, if we're thinking that as fans, we need to get out of that mindset. That player is not going to save the day for us. It starts with an 11 on the pitch.
Well, then, to my point, who chooses the 11 on the pitch? Because granted, if you see that Diogo is not playing up to his standard, you should be putting in Lachlan Brook right in there, right next to Luna and next to Dominic. Let those three young guys cook.
I was
Because
surprised that Lachlan Brook didn't make an appearance.
Right.
again, again, that's a well. Now that we're gonna be on that, why are we subbing out Bodie or why are we subbing out Dominic and putting in Bodie on that right wing again? I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure if this is a discipline punishment issue. I think that Lachlan is a better right wing or a better winger, better midfielder than.
Then Oh, 100%. Absolutely. It makes no sense why Pablo keeps going after this. I don't know what he sees in Hidalgo over Lachlan. Maybe it's something that in practice, who knows, that they're slightly a slighter edge, but don't see it. Don't see it at all.
Because Lachlan has been goal hungry every time he's on the field. I wish the rest of the players had that mentality. Like,
Oh yeah.
I think part of what could be getting him into trouble is just how passionate he is.
Yeah, I mean, passion does get people into trouble, but
Now, do we know it? No, it's all speculation. But
yeah, that's the most frustrating part about this whole roster thing and whatnot. But we're running out of time. We gotta make these like 2 hour long shows. But
oh shoot, yeah, we're running out of time.
um, let's switch gears into just to let everyone know. Um, if you've already seen the results for the LA Galaxy at Ediano game,
What was
be
the
They
up,
just
score?
be
updated it
upset.
again.
What's the score now?
3-0.
No,
Oh,
as of right now, it is 4-0.
Is my TV behind?
Your
What
TV's
minute?
behind.
it's four.
77th minute.
It's 4-0.
Oh man, I'm about 2 minutes behind. I don't know why. Well, that I know why. I have my streaming service. Anyways,
Um,
4-0. Wow.
America's running away with it. 3-0.
Yeah. So RSL fans, be upset. That could have been us. But we're not gonna keep jabbing the knife in.
Arguably might have been the same scoreline.
I actually I don't think so. I
No,
don't.
we will. Yeah.
I think the first game, first leg, we probably would have blown them out of the water because we were at home. I think it would have been a 2-3-0. Could have been. Um, but real quick, there were some other results in the MLS. Well,
Oh, Canada.
Marco's supposed to talk about Canada, um, but we're gonna start with the Tuesday's games where LAFC knocked off Columbus. That was a that was one heck of a show until the last minute. Um, Seattle, Seattle came up like 1-0-0. They took their boat back to Seattle. Cruz Azul whooped them 4-1. Tigres gave a lesson to Cincy to never mess with them. But the game that obviously Marcos wants to talk about is Vancouver and Monterrey. Monterrey, obviously, historically being a really good club, and having
Sergio Ramos.
there you go.
Sergio Ramos with that PK was not enough in the 97th minute. And mind you, Vancouver was out without Ryan Gauld, who's out with injury. So that's big time, knocking off the champs of Liga MX.
Right, and they only won because of the away goal rule.
Yep. Yep. That huge.
Because I think if the away goal rule did not apply, this would have gotten into extra time, and I think Monterrey would have come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had momentum.
It's great to see a powerhouse like Monterrey knocked out of this tournament.
I thought you were gonna say it's great to see a powerhouse like Vancouver win.
Hey, you, they're a powerhouse right now. You can't.
They're winning. They're on a winning streak. So
They're also second in the supporter shield in MLS right now.
yeah,
They are top of the West.
Vancouver?
Vancouver.
Vancouver, like these Whitecaps.
Guys, I don't know what we were smoking during our preseason predictions.
I don't think anybody could have guessed how this is going.
It's true. It's really hard to guess. But I don't want to get into this too far because really we have a lot more to talk about. But is MLS and Liga MX on the same level? If they aren't, who's above who?
MLS, Liga MX.
MLS above Liga MX.
I
Yeah.
think MLS is also above Liga MX. Not that big of a differential, though. I think it's still more of a recent change that MLS is better as a whole. Now, I think that's a distinction. It's a better league as a whole. Are there better individual teams in Liga MX? Yes.
Okay.
That-
We'll leave it at that. We'll maybe leave it for next time. But let's get into this Houston game. Houston, we're going out to Houston this Saturday. Um, I guess the big question is, how much change do you expect Pablo to make with our starting lineup?
Hopefully a lot. Um, Biggest thing I think we need to change is our back line. If we want to see results, we need to see some change there. I want to see Hidalgo get a start first and foremost.
Okay. I mean, I'm for it because I like Bodie as a right back. I don't like him
Yeah.
as a right
Mhm.
mid. Do you see changes all along the back four, like all of them?
Um, I just see two. I only see Quentin and Brown getting the bench, and then I could possibly see just going back to a Vera Glad.
Hmm.
I could see that. I think there's validity there.
I don't
I
want it.
mean, because we're looking at a Houston that is, we think we're struggling. They're actually doing worse. Here's
Yeah.
here's the wild thing that I think should give us maybe a little bit of hope, like a smidge of hope. With how bad we're doing right now, we're still not the worst. We're not even close to the worst.
I
There are
I, I don't want to think that, but you're right.
there are teams without any points, and we've played 3 games.
One of them being the defending champions.
One of them being the defending champions who still have a worse goal differential than us.
Excellent. I mean,
I like it.
great, great.
We have the
But
same goal differential um as Houston right now. We've obviously won a game where they drew their last game against Columbus Crew. Um, so we do sit 2 spots above them. It's 11th versus 13th, which is not a marquee game,
are you kidding me?
but
This is going to be Friday Night Lights. This is going to be Sunday soccer. This is the highlight of the weekend. Come on. Um, yeah, to be honest, with Houston not doing well right now, it's pretty hard to.
Well, mind you, they also lost two of their best players last season. They lost Carrasquilla and they lost Ache. So them trying to bounce back with losing those two players has been difficult for them. And they
ah,
got Jack McGlynn, who they picked up from Philly, who's been decent for them controlling that midfield. But other than that, they don't really have much that they're
They
working with.
got Lodeto. Are you kidding me?
and
Oh,
he's been performing. I think the biggest thing that's hurting them right now is they are missing Nelson Quinones.
that's
That's a
right.
big loss for them, and
Yeah.
he's out until mid-April, so he's not. We're not going to see him.
Yeah,
Mm,
and to be honest, their two center backs are not the same center backs as last season, and I think that is also a place where they're losing a lot through that back line. Dorsey has been a flop so far this season. Dorsey has been one of those wild cards. Everyone's comparing him to um, Breck Shea as like the best best MLS player kind of thing. I think it might have been a joke, but Dorsey hasn't performed as well as previous years. So this is a team where, again, like what you said, Christian, similar to RSL, there's a lot of expectations, and yet there's a lot of underperformance.
yeah. Huge. Huge.
Let's be glad though. This is probably not an official stat, but I think this is one of the very few times that we've played in Houston so early in the season, and it's we're actually going to be able to perform and not melt. Because last year
Yeah.
we or was it the year before we played Houston in August?
Oof.
Yeah, that's usually the case for us. It's usually in August or September kind of thing, but this is very nice that it's early to the season.
Yeah. So, players to watch for Houston. Who are you guys looking for?
For me, it's Ponce. Ponce is a scary player up top. Um, so he's one to keep an eye on up top.
Huh. Interesting.
I think it's gotta be
I've never thought of looking for him, but who do you got?
uh, Devin Bassi.
Basi. That's definitely one to look out for. Uh,
Básicamente is Bassi.
oh, that was bad.
That
Okay,
was better than earlier.
que chistoso.
I actually I get worried about the midfield.
Mm.
But I'm actually going to agree with you, Christian, on Bossy. I would have said previously if our midfielder was weaker, I would have said Arthur or McGlynn. McGlynn
Mhm.
is a good player, a good pickup that they got. Arthur has been a pain in everyone's butt, but Bossy, because of how our defense has been performing lately, I can see actually both of yours, Bossy and Ponce, giving us trouble. So.
Yeah.
Um, anyone else that you guys think might be changing from the San Diego game to this game for RSL?
No,
Do
I
On
do we see any
well,
midfielders sit?
honestly, well, here's the thing. Luna's gonna be gone. Wait, is he
It,
gonna be gone? No, he's not gonna be gone. Is
no,
he
no,
that's
gonna?
not that's
No,
next
that's the
game.
next one.
next game, next game.
Yeah, I actually think Luna may not start though, with that in mind. Which means we might see Gio go back in the 10 slot, which opens up Lachlan Brook to come out.
I I've yeah, I can see it. I can understand your reasoning. I wouldn't be taking Luna out of the starting lineup though. I would keep him as a starter and maybe pull him off early,
That's fair too,
55th, 60th. But I
depending
really
on the performance.
right. But I really think we need to have Lachlan Brook in this game at some point. Um,
Yep.
I need someone that is actually a positional player subbing in, and not just a replacement like Bodie. Bodie's just a random replacement for me. Um, I don't know. But with that, let's get into some prediction time. Let's do this. Um, I'll go first this time because I never go first. So
Please.
um,
Absolutely.
let's let's do this as simple and as painless as possible. Um, I'm gonna be conservative because I'm still hurt. It's gonna be 1-1 draw. Marcos, what do you got?
I'm also gonna go with a they won points kind of thing, but I'm gonna go a scoreless. Give me a 0-0.
Oh, doble
Okay.
huevo.
All right. Then I will be slightly optimistic, but conservative. I'm gonna say a 1-0 win RSL because
Oh,
I think our midfield does outclass theirs, and we have better defensive midfielders than they do. And that'll be the difference.
you, my friend, are not wrong. I think you might win this week. I hope you win this week. All right. Let's finish off this with everyone's favorite segment. When I say everyone, I mean just us three.
Questions, 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 questions.
For the bros. All right, that was horrible. Marcus, give us some Instagram questions.
Question number 1. Why aren't we starting Vera over Quinton? It's killing us.
Uh, I would I would say why aren't we starting Vera over Glad? I think Glad is killing us more than Quinton.
Ooh,
Yep. And if you give me Vera Quinton, I think they will do a better job than Quinton Glad. And I think it's still a better pair than Vera Glad. Ideal would be Vera Henry.
Yeah, for having a good defender like Vera, he should not be riding the bench at all. Not at all.
Who knows the
So,
reasons why? Christian?
could
yep.
Did I just take the words right out of your mouth?
Basically.
Well, I'm glad I could do that for you. Next one.
I think this question probably sums up our all of our questions coming up. So here we go. When can we expect an improvement on our attacking half?
Yeah, let me tell you,
It's coming. It's on its way apparently.
Poor Spotify listeners and Apple.
and that's how it crumbles.
So everybody, we do not work in the front office, so we don't know.
We
No,
don't know.
but here's the thing. I think what they're trying to get at is when are we going to see any kind of improvement? Doesn't matter if people come in or not. Are we going to see improvement maybe this game? Do you think that
No.
there's going to be some connections made with Diogo, Luna, and Dominic? Because to be honest, I see and I've seen on the field, Dominic is frustrated and Luna is frustrated. Those two being frustrated and having Diogo just chill out drinking mate on the left wing is what's absolutely killing us. And so
No, what I want to see is what we saw back in the Ediano game, leg two. So many chances, so many chances, so many chances, but we need to finish those stinking chances. So it's gonna come. It's gonna come. We just need to have that communication on the pitch.
I won't disagree with the communication, but I do think we need a better on-field relationship. Like I said, with Dominic and Luna being uh, you can visually frustrated. I mean, I saw so many runs by Dominic made right on my wing, right in front of me, and they were just runs for nothing. He ends up running just to run because someone doesn't like really the opportunity that Dominic has, so they switch the field, and he gets frustrated. I mean, he throws up his hands. He's like, "Well, why the flip do I run?"
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
I think communication and definitely soccer relationships. Once those are good, that's when offense will improve.
Definitely, definitely. Next question. Who do you think will score the first RSL goal this weekend?
Well, apparently, according to Marcos,
First,
no one's gonna score. So,
No one's gonna score, in my opinion. So
and Christian only has one goal. Oh wait, I only have one goal too.
ooh.
um, I can see a midfielder. When I say midfielder, I mean like either Diogo, Diego, Dominic, Emeka, or Brian.
Just
All
pick all
five,
of them.
all five of them.
Uh, then just to be different, I'll say Pure.
Sure.
Sure.
Watch PQ scores.
Right? He's done it before.
He has done it
uh,
before. Next one.
this is a good one. Here we go. Is Luna too good for this team? I watched Luna putting in the work just to be left hanging.
Hmm.
That's a two-parter for me. Is he too good for this team? No. Does he get left hanging a lot and frustrated? Yes. That's how I'm gonna answer. Because I think he still needs a lot more improvement in order to play well. I mean, you see him gather the ball, try to dribble, and he still gets what we call in basketball. He still gets stuffed. He's not like he's not our Messi. So I think his vision still needs to expand. It's large. I mean, he has great vision. I just think he has enough to go to the next level. He just needs to reach it. Um, but
He's
yeah,
still he's still a developing player. It's gonna take time if he wants to make it to Europe, where if that's his destination that he wants to go. He needs to improve on his skills to be looked at by other teams because
Hmm.
right now he's not there whatsoever. He's been very MIA these first five matches. So
no,
is he too good? No,
well, we can't take away his merit. He's making the national team. Okay,
Definitely, definitely, definitely,
so we can't say that because his first five games this season have sucked, therefore he needs to improve his skills, improve his talent, whatever. No, he has it. It's just he needs to fill in that gap
definitely,
of where his potential and where he's performing right now.
definitely, definitely.
Well put. I agree.
I'm gonna let you answer first next time.
Here we go. I like this next question. If you could rebrand and change the team's colors, what would they be?
Um, Dang it. Sorry. Here we go again. I always answer first. Only
Mm,
only because I love red. I would stick with red, but white. Just
Red
those two.
and I wonder why.
sounds like a little bit of reverb.
River
Um,
Plate.
I'm gonna go different, and I'm gonna go. Let's go purple, black, and blue.
A bruise.
Purple,
A
purple,
a
black,
little
and
bit.
blue. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go with simple. I'm gonna go Man City colors. I'm just gonna go some like sky blue, white,
Huh.
Oh, you mean NYCFC? Nice.
NYCFC.
What colors don't we have in the MLS for a team? I think we have every color.
Do we
Brown,
have do we have gold?
Brown, brown.
LAFC.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
LFC.
go.
Mm,
Yeah,
purple.
I think we
We
had
got
every color.
purple. We got pink. Yeah,
We have yellow, orange, red,
yeah,
Green, blue.
yeah,
green. Yep,
yeah.
green.
We're color. We got the whole rainbow. This next question: if you had to choose one MLS team to support that's not RSL, who would it be and why?
This one's sticky.
Gross.
See,
Don't,
for,
don't-
for me, I gotta support Portland.
I know
Portland
you would.
Timbers.
I mean, that's because y'all lived close to there.
No,
Yes,
him, not me, eh?
I, I was born there, so I gotta show love to PTFC. So
Hmm. I guess since I went to high school in Houston, we'll just say Houston, just because. But I you can't make me pick.
Everyone's gonna hate me for mine. You ready?
if you say Colorado,
Miami.
oh, okay.
Hmm,
Just because of the huge Argentine influence there.
sure.
I love it. Everyone, I think 99% of everyone that's not in Miami hates Miami, but I am part of the 1% that I don't mind.
I don't mind them.
Well, glad you're part of the 1% too.
Finally,
Here
I
we
made it.
go.
I finally
La-
made it.
Last question of the night for you guys. Here we go. 3 goals for and 7 goals against for RSL in 3 games. How do we turn that around? Better defense or better offense?
Yes.
No, no, no. Choose one. You're all about choosing both. It almost ticks me
I'll
off.
honestly, we need better offense because if we actually put the chances away that we're creating, we're going to keep our morale high, which means our defense is going to produce. But because we can't put away chances, the team's like, oh crap, we can't score. All of a sudden, they get in behind and score 2 goals in stoppage time.
All right, I can see it, and I always go back to the Ed Ediano game only because I can't get over 30 shots. 30 shots is absolutely incredible. And the fact that the defense shut him out for 70 minutes,
Hmm.
we had so many chances before the 70th minute to put that game away. Um, to your point, Christian, I think you're right. As soon as you put in some goals, everyone's morale is boosted, and the saying does go: defense wins championships. But in order to play good defense, you probably have to trust your offense.
Well, in the words of Pablo, goals change games. So I think it's offense. Offense is what changes and wins you titles. So once we get some goals in the back of the net, then I think this team is going to be jiving all smooth sailing.
Yeah, I think so too. Whoa, guys, that was a lot. I think there's gaps that we left out.
There are, but we're running out of time. But y'all, guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
I'm going to the Royals game on Saturday,
Woo!
which means if any of our viewers or listeners are going, if you find me, I'll have an RSL Bro sticker for you.
That is a great offer.
We got RSL game. We got Royals that kick off this weekend. We got Monarchs that kick off this weekend as well. So, you guys, we got 3 games that we need to. This is awesome. We got three soccer games this weekend.
You're like, yeah,
Yeah, 3 games.
yeah. Show up to the Royals game. Honestly, because
Yeah.
first off, we're at home because first game of the season, and I think I don't think these ladies will perform as well as they did the last month or two of last
Yeah.
season. I mean, we have the best young player of the year on both teams.
Hmm.
Ali Centaur is fire.
She's a
So
beast. She's a
um,
beast.
Phenomenal. I'm looking
i-
forward to seeing her live.
if you go to the Rose game just for her, good because I think she has the potential to put on a show.
Or just go to see Christian.
Come find me.
I would definitely go to see Ali Centaur more than see Christian.
That's fair.
Oh,
She's prettier than me.
Also, she's better at soccer than you.
That too.
This is true, all true. Um, so okay, let's wrap this up. What do you guys think?
Marcos.
Hey Marcos, Send us off.
If you guys are not already, make sure you guys are following us at X and Instagram at the RSL Bros. Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts on Spotify or Apple, and watch us on YouTube.
I need to get a recording of you and just plug it in at the end of this every single time. I think you say the same thing. Anyways, guys,
You guys, we got Royals, we got RSL this weekend. Watch them both. We will catch you guys next weekend.
Bye.
bye. Ciao.